Greetings, internet people. Welcome to Friday. Hi, Steph. You're on screen.
Oh,
Hi, hi,
hi!
hi,
I can never tell.
hi. I like to keep you guessing. How are you all? It's been... I don't know. I've totally lost track of days and times and hours. My sleep's all effed up and I was up at like 5:30 this morning. But hi, it's apparently almost the weekend again, which is completely meaningless for me at the moment. How are you, Stephanie?
I am good. I am the same. I was up till 3 o'clock last night because I was working on stuff, and I put out Instagram posts hoping to advertise for our new tutorial series, and I realized, oh crap, it's like 1 a.m.
You
Nobody's gonna see this.
Australians, Japanese, Southeast Asia, they'll see that.
Oh, I mean, I guess, but still. And then, yeah. But, managing, staying at home, staying safe and whatnot, trying to keep busy.
Oh, you remember that Instagram page that you signed up for me? Showed me kids getting hurt. A
Oh,
kid
yeah,
just
just
ran
put
into
me
a.
on blast here on your,
Oh, you were
live.
showing me because you were totally offended by it. A girl just ran into the side of a dumpster downstairs. Ha! Crazy.
Wait, like a little girl, a teenager.
Like 5, 4. Bounced. She's back
Wait,
up,
was
still
it one of
chasing her
those
friend.
where she's like laughing and she's running and then she looks back and then she looks forward and then she hits it?
Yeah, I
I
don't think
see.
she looked forward before she hit it, but yeah. Anyway, hi folks. So, any more TikToks? I think I may have peaked in my TikTok career, Curly Fusion. If you guys haven't seen it, check out the video that I just put live yesterday with Yasmin. We were showing off some great equipment and I was showing off some pretty great equipment as well. Let's call them some moves, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, shut up, Steph. Um, Dion, straight out of the gates. I don't know if you were here on the other night, mate. You donated money telling me to get an Australian beer, and I had to settle with what I could find. And I did have a terrible can of Foster's in your honor. Sorry and thank you. But Dion had a question to start off here. Australia may be starting a travel bubble with New Zealand, Taiwan, and others. As a travel photographer who runs international trips based in the USA, when do you think you'd be able to start them again? Next week is when, or 2 weeks from now is when Photokina should have been on. So I would have been in Germany for that. So that's cancelled as well. The next trip that I have scheduled this year is for November. So I'm hoping we can run that one, but it's going to be a combination of whether all the suppliers think it's safe, whether me and my tour partner feel safe, and the guests still do. So yeah, we'll just see. At the moment, I'm not planning any other full tour type work until next year. But that's kind of the way I was planning it anyway. In one regard, I was quite lucky with this. I had already intended for 2020 to be shifting away from tours and only be doing lens is soft. Yes, she's just using a webcam and I'm using a
Yeah.
fancy pants setup, so that happens.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, we had a question back here. Okay, I know, was asking, wondering how I'm recovering from my surgery a few years ago. I recovered from it in a couple of months and was back on my feet. That was all done and dusted before I even moved to America and met Steph. I actually had I had to have some neurosurgery done. I had that done just like 2 weeks after we found Loki, and she's like a full-grown cat now, just lazy and sleeping in the window. Where is everyone in the room from? I'm in Brooklyn, New York, and it's crazy warm today. It's like up to about 82, 84 Fahrenheit or 28 or so Celsius. We had snow less than a week ago here. I don't know what's going on. How is it down in Fancyland?
We did not have snow. Not that I know of. Then again, I don't know what's going on until I actually get up and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take a break, play with Lucky. Then I look outside and I'm like, wow, it's dark. And it's like, what time is it? Oh my God,
That's
it's
3 a.m.
late. Yeah, crap. So it's like 86 degrees here. Went
Nice.
outside for a little bit just to walk Lucky, but even he was like, yeah, it's way too hot. So he went back in.
He's not really a fan of the hot, is he?
Mm-mm. He's so spoiled. Like we put ice packs under him when he sleeps.
There
Just
you
living a
go.
good life. Yep.
Okay, shall we take a look at some pictures? Before we look at the pictures, so this week our theme is celebration because this time a week ago, Steph and her team smashed through the 10,000 subscribers barrier
Yay! Thank you
and
all so much
promptly
again.
did her impersonation of a drunk sailor in celebration. So we thought we'd
I
make
will
the theme
never look at
celebration.
that live ever again. So
Well, I plan
that's
to
just there.
replay it every time we meet up.
Oh shit.
Oh, people have different competing priorities at the moment, but our theme is macro. This week we only had 17 entries to the celebration theme, which is a record low, but a record high. Every single person renamed the file correctly. So well done to all of you 17 wonderful people. My head is right in the macro space at the moment. I'm surrounded by macro gear. I don't doubt you've ever seen one of these, Steph. This is a crazy probe macro lens that on the end has LED lights to light your subject as well. It's got a little USB
What?
port that you can plug in a battery pack.
Oh, so
It actually does
fancy.
double macro. I've got this guy, which is beautiful Voigtlander Apo 1:1 110 mil macro. This guy, which is also beautiful, a 150 T3 cinema macro lens, and then this monstrosity that I concocted to put on my Sony, which is a 50 1.8 Nikon lens on an extension tube on an f/2e mount adapter that also has a built-in macro extension tube. So it's kind of a double extension tube and lens mount changer. So that gets me closer than macro with their standard 50. So I am working on that new macro series. I think it'll be finished in a week's time, but it's probably going to launch a little bit later. But I do have a video on the dozen or so macro lenses I have in that I'll get up on YouTube next week. So that should be a good one.
Cool.
Looks like we
Awesome.
have some macro fans in the room. Good to hear. Good to hear.
Cool. Oh, Glacier Activity. Yay! Because we just released our trailer for a new short film called Light 'em Up. It is a John Wick, John Woo inspired short film, and Glacier Activity saw it. I'm glad that you watched it.
It's
And somebody
awesome
else,
and funny and sensational.
oh,
Does it
he meant
have
to say
bumps?
funny.
Ah, okay.
And Ben Daly watched the Scuba Rangers video. Yeah, that was fun too. We had so many problems on the day. Oh God, stressful.
So you'll have to leave a link if you guys are into filming action or if you have friends who are into that. Steph and her crew just released a
Yeah.
pew pew tutorial series,
Yeah.
so you can.
Yeah, we have two tutorial series. The first one is how to shoot a fight scene or how to create a fight scene. So that's usually more hand to hand. That's like a basic beginner type of tutorial. And then the secondary one is how to shoot gun action. So it's like John Wick, John Woo type of style stuff. So we kind of took both, kind of made it into this little baby called Light 'em Up, and yeah, then we just kind of break down how we did it. So I will post that up in a little bit. Should already have the link.
Sweet. All right, I'm going to
Yeah.
jump in and take a look at some of these celebration shots to start off. If you have questions, please throw them in the room and put a big capital Ask Matt or Ask Steph at the start of it, so then it's easy to spot out. Let's change our view here and hopefully this all works. Now, I have a feeling we had 2 entries this week, Steph, that are just for you. So I know you're a huge whatever sport this was, but I'm pretty sure it was in Philly. I can see
Yes.
Philadelphia police. So this photo was just before you guys trashed your own city out of joy, right?
Okay. As a Philadelphian, we celebrate hard.
Philadelphian. Philadelphite?
Philadelphian. Anyways,
Philadelphia.
this photo is from Cliff, who is actually in the room. Hi, Cliff. I mean, I would assume that this is the last time the Eagles won.
And that
And
is football. Baseball.
yes,
Football.
yes,
Awesome.
yeah,
So,
we go hard. We burn the city.
as a Philadelphian, I'm sure it has. Let's have a look if we, it's not the same cropping as it is reframing with a different focal length. But what if? Come on, buddy. Oh, my poor computer's been working hard today. If we bring it right in like something like, fat fingers. Don't get fat fingers. It's really hard to edit. Just bringing it in that much closer on the action might bring us into the happy faces of everyone except for the cops who knows what's about to happen. David Putzi. Now, I love this shot, but it doesn't say celebration to me. Maybe she just won a big race or a big game or something, but to me it's a really cool shot, and I think the framing is fantastic. I like the editing treatment, I like everything about it, but it doesn't, just by looking at
The framing, the composition, like I like that you shot from that angle. I feel like it's way different. You could have just stood up and just gotten a normal headshot, but instead you yeah.
If you're in the room, David, then please let us know some background about who the subject is and what event had just finished. I assume this was a relaxing after a win type shot, given that you entered it for this theme. Next shot. So we only have 17, so maybe we'll do them in 4 batches. So this one from Dennis Demart. So we've got 2 different light sources here. Well, it certainly looks like it anyway. It looks like we've got a light on either side because we're getting multiple shadow patterns coming in here. So it looks like this one has a shadow being cast that way and being cast that way. I like the shot, but to me it feels completely staged. Like this was set up to shoot a celebration shot rather than someone actually getting down with a present unwrapping. This might be a good trash the cake or trash the gift thing of having her rip it open. So if this were a shot of a kid going apeshit ripping open boxes, that would be a celebration shot to me.
Yeah, that would be awesome. No, yeah, I agree with that.
But I applaud your effort to set it up. I assume you don't just have gifts laying around the house all the time. So nice one.
Actually, some people do. I know there are certain families, they just stage their like Christmas trees, so they already have pre-wrapped gifts, and it's not even real
What do you
gifts,
mean
they're just
they
empty boxes.
stage their Christmas trees?
I don't know. It's just this thing I've noticed with some families. They like to just have like gift wrapped boxes just to kind of put under the tree during Christmas. I don't know. It's just, they stage it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe it's an Asian thing. I don't know. I've seen it more with Asian families.
That's funny because of my really close Asian friends, not that many are big on the old Christmas tree, but they're not really Asian American, so I don't know. We don't even own a Christmas tree. Let's jump back in. Another one here from Gary. Is it Gary or how would you pronounce it? Garey? Gary?
I would assume it's still Gary.
Gary. Say it with a really heavy American accent, please.
Gary.
See, that's what I'm thinking. That's maybe how you pronounce it.
Oh my god.
Now, thinking of this versus the last one, I feel like this was also, set up for the theme. So this is, I think his email title was Quarantine Party. So it's 5 of the same woman. So again, have to give credit for taking the time and the effort to set this up. The edit is really well done. You don't see the join at all in the shots. You have a patient subject there to get into 6 different outfits, even doing 6 different hairstyles for you, which is pretty awesome. The only thing, maybe using a more consistent lighting pattern would work better, because here having a light behind every person, you've kind of lit them individually, but then having the telltale shadows behind each one, it's kind of cool, but as a photographer, it makes me think, okay, so even if it wasn't clear, they're not septuplets, but even if it weren't for the fact that we can tell it's a composite, the shadows kind of don't really mesh. But big props on spending the time to set that one up.
I think Gary is in the chat. Only took me about 10 hours to. Oh my god. That's
I missed
crazy.
that. What do you say?
GTM photo? I'm
Oh,
assuming
yes.
this is Gary?
10 hours total. Wow.
That's crazy.
So I don't know. I assume that includes shooting and editing, but so that's a good tip. Having all of the windows shut is a good way of doing it. Although, Gary, I challenge you to reshoot it, windows all open, and then shoot it as a day to night. So out the window, we see the changing of the daylight balance as well. That would be pretty epic. And then you could have your subject change her outfit based on the time of day, from pajamas to workout clothes to house clothes to going out clothes.
That should be a challenge for everyone, not just Gary.
Well, they're in lockdown and it looks like they're up for a challenge. So cool shot.
I really like this photo though. It's like very creative. I mean, if you don't have a celebration photo, which makes sense, just make your own.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's doing all of those drive-by like birthday things now. It's really hard to get together and have a true celebration.
Mm-hmm. That's an awesome party for 1, or for 5, or for 6, because you were there too, I assume. Nicely done. Okay, so let's switch out and look at some questions.
Yes.
Let's see.
My drink of today is Yakult. Please sponsor us.
And mine today is Whole Foods Organic Blood Orange Italian Soda. When you're so tired that you might fall asleep when you have a beer, make it a soda.
It sounds so fancy.
It came in a glass bottle, so I don't want to brag.
Drinking probiotics.
Somebody's going to have a healthy movement tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Questions. I was wondering if previously used a KH equivalent website but based in Australia. I'm sorry, I don't know a good Australian seller like KH, no. There just couldn't be one with the same kind of range. They're too big for Australia. But I'm sorry, I don't have a good answer to that. I don't really. Jeremy Wiggum. Hi, Matt. Hi, Steph. The 90mm macro Sony. I don't know what your question is, but it's a great lens. So there's another one, I don't know who this is from, asking, does it have to be a true macro shot or would a portrait shot of a person in close work? I'm looking for a macro shot, not a close-up shot. So it doesn't necessarily have to be 1-to-1 exactly, but unless you're using a large format field camera, a whole face is not a macro shot. Okay, any other questions here? Somewhere we're getting, it's great to see the chat going off like this. So send in some more questions. Let us know what you'd like to know, and let's switch back and take a look at some more shots. Next up, Ian Knight. So, That's funny. I think
I
we
want
have.
cake.
Ah. I think we have two quite similar. They're not by the same person, are they? Oh, I don't want to scan through them now and ruin
No.
the surprise. Um, so, wow, that her shirt gets really busy in the bouquet, huh?
Hmm.
The cake does look delicious. I can see why you've cropped it the way you did to get those sparks. I'm a bit of a stickler for this. Let's see, can we do this whilst keeping that perspective? Bring it up so that we have it all on that. Yeah, we can. There we go. So we get it all on that layer of cake, and then get that black bar that's on the right of frame out a little bit. That for me kind of cleans it up a little bit. I know you don't see as much of the cake, but you already had the cake cropped off. So I'd rather see all of it or just clean up the composition. I always feel that scanning the frame to see if there's anything that's just sitting on the edge of frame is a good technique. Where's my mouse gone here? And for me, this black bar on the edge of frame was quite distracting. She looks like she's in wonder and hoping that the curtains won't set on fire. The main thing I think that's cool about the shot, to be honest, it's not so much her, if it were a child, then there'd be like a child sense of wonder going on here, but it's just how cool the little firework goes. I always wonder with these and sparklers, is it just leaving little bits of metal filing all over your cake that then you're going to eat?
I don't know. That's a good question. What do you guys think? Anybody know?
Well, no iron supplements needed today. Like this one. Here we go. More sparklers, more cake. So if I don't want to just straight up compare them, this one from James Glennie, but probably it did work a little better on the last one, seeing more of the person's face. In this one, interesting that there's two so similar concepts straight after each other though. Yeah, again, it's a birthday, it's a celebration in that sense. I still think the human element is what really brings it up. So having your subject here obscured, we lose it a little. Jess and Joe Photography, another beautiful entry. Are you guys in the room? I might have to get you on the channel.
I want cake now. Is there a cake delivery service?
I'll see if I can seamless you something after this. My goodness.
Oh,
Your cult and
man.
cake. You are living quite the life.
Wait, no, I
lady.
shouldn't. I shouldn't. I'll just grab like a spoonful of like Nutella later. Yeah, I'm good. Okay.
Yeah, so let's just completely wash out any potential for nutritional value in your dinner tonight. Perfect.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine.
Beautiful shot. Again, I don't know. For me, I love the gate. The old rusted gate is lovely, but I do feel
I
like
don't know about
all
the right
of the
fence.
Sorry, what, my love?
I feel like I would just get rid of the right like fence that's peeking out to the side, but that's just me. I mean,
Well, so I
yeah.
was thinking that, and maybe a bit off the left as well. So two ways you could go about it: a 4x5, and then bring it in to just have that fence. I'd probably get rid of some oh, come on, original. And then if we flip it this way, probably it's still a 4x5 actually. So let's just take that off. Although I love the gate, it's that setting sun that really makes the shot, in my opinion. So something like that. Oh, and look at him with his fancy red socks. Come on, guys, you got to step your game up. It's great to see Jonathan and all of these familiar names, but I want to see some new names next week. So please, macro, get involved. MattGranger.com/live to enter your shots. So that's Brooklyn, I believe.
Cool.
That is a cool shot. Long exposure, multiple fireworks in one frame. The slightly blurred out clouds. Well, they're not clouds, are they? It's the smoke coming off the fireworks. I think that's a phenomenal shot. Nicely done.
Yeah.
And in the USA. Like 4th of July, I guess?
Who knows?
I don't know, who knows? Okay,
Who
questions.
knows?
Chowdhury Kabir, I saw you already had an answer to this. You're asking, what am I doing to stream? I think that's what you're asking, or recorder for video YouTube. We don't use an external recorder for normal YouTube clips. For streaming, it's in the description. I've done a whole video and I've got a list of the equipment we use, so you can check that out there. Robert Popper, do you both appreciate macro photography? Well, I'm sure Steph will love seeing lots of super close-ups on bugs. So anyone who can send those in would be
Yeah,
great.
no, please don't send any of those to me.
Not to you. We'll look at them here together. I tell you what,
Oh gosh. Oh my God, crap. Yeah, please, please don't.
yeah, 13, 14, 15 years ago, I thought being super sweet, I went and picked flowers like at some romantic walk in a field. I think I just stole them from the garden of the accommodation we were both living in at the time. And I put them up in probably a glass, because who has a vase when you're at university?
No.
When I just went down this week to pick a bunch of different flowers and seeds and stuff to do some macro tutorials, no ants escaped, but I was shooting a flower that was probably like the size of my pinky nail, the face of it, and I couldn't see it at all until I got into macro, and then there was this like just a dot of a bug, but one of the lenses I'm using is a 5 times macro, so I could kind of, it's this big and you could like see through its body to all of the veins and stuff, and it was super detailed. I'll send that to you, Steph. You're welcome.
No, please don't. Please don't. Oh God.
Can you shoot a macro without a true macro lens, Connie? Yep, using this kind of a thing, an extension tube. Essentially, do I have an example? Yes. So, boiling it down really simply, you'll often find when you focus really close with the macro lens, it extends a lot. And that's it. When you get the elements away from the sensor, it allows you to focus a lot closer. So you can get, for this is just a Nikon 50mm f1.8 lens. Let's take this off. An extension tube, which is, there's nothing there, it's just a extension. There's no elements there. That then will pop your lens further from the body than it's expecting to be. This one actually has pass-through of autofocus still. And then that will take it from focusing 45 centimeters away to like 15, and suddenly your reproduction ratio gets really close to macro. So you could check those out. I think that's all the questions that haven't already been discussed. So let's jump back in and take a look at some more pickies. Born in the USA. Marcus Hughes. I assume this was sent in for you too, Steph.
Yeah.
Unless he thought I was having a child judge involved somehow. So tell us about your love of Disneyland, Stephanie. I'm putting you on full screen and go. Get your Disney sponsorship.
Love Disney. Okay, so in college, what I used to do, because I hated studying. I'm not very good at school. But when I would be, I don't know, at like a break room and studying all night, I would listen to Disney music because it would cheer me up. So that's how much I love Disney. Disney has taken me out of my sad places in college. And plus, I love Disney movies. Oh my God, Disney everything. Yeah.
Okay. The end. And what
How do you not love Disney? The rides are awesome too. Like,
back to the photo. I opened this can of worms. I'm closing it. Okay, Marcus Hughes. More fireworks. Excellent. So for me, being at Disneyland is not a celebration. For Steph, it clearly is. So
it is a celebration.
To each their own. Let's not get snooty. So I would celebrate this because it looks like there's no one around. That's nice. I'm
Yeah,
kind of
that's
like
amazing.
that Cartman in that episode where he bought a theme park. I would just want to go if it's empty. That's the fun. So, I mean, it's hard to get a clear shot here having the dark to a Disneyland for 30 or more years to know, could you get a long shot on it to, go further back and isolate the castle a bit more? So, well, just freak out if you want, Steph, but imagine going to like one of the castles in Germany or Liechtenstein that these are actually based on and not just...
It is. You can't be sat there.
Yeah, sure
It's
I
just,
can.
oh,
But thank you, Marcus. How many times have you seen Frozen? Thomas Haynes is asking.
actually, I haven't watched Frozen that much. I watch other Disney movies. I have Disney Plus, so yeah.
Nice, I guess.
um,
Which of the... Let me put you full screen again so then I can mute myself and blow my nose. Which of the Disneys is your favorite?
like Disney movies or Dis I don't know. I love Disney.
What and where is
So,
Magic Kingdom?
it is in Florida because
Oh, that's the
Disney.
Orlando
Okay,
one.
so Disneyland is in California. Disney World is in Florida. Yeah.
Okay, so I went to Disneyland in like 1986.
Yeah, you gotta go to Disney World. It's way different.
Wow, if I
Disneyland
can
you could
get
finish
it.
in a day. Disney World you need a week
Who?
because they have so many parks.
I'm
You need
out.
a vacation from that vacation.
Oh, but I did go to Disney in Tokyo
I heard
10
that's
years
not the
ago.
same either.
Have you been?
No, but I heard it's not the same.
Nah, whatevs. Jess and Joe, what brand is your chair, Steph?
I keep getting asked that. I really need to figure that out. I need to ask Timmy. Sorry, I will get back to you with that answer because
Mine
I
doesn't
honestly
look
don't.
comfy, but it is. This is an
It
Aeron.
is comfy.
And I just, since you were here, Steph, because it was just a bit too low, because I've got my desk extra high, I got like these, like when someone buys a car and then puts ridiculous wheels on it. Now I switched out my normal office chair wheels that are like that big for ones that are like this, so I'm about 2.5 inches higher than I normally would be.
You should
It's
just
like
lift up the
off-roading.
chair. I really want to see. It can't be that big.
Whoop, whoop. Oh, sure, why not? Yeah.
Like, you pimped out your chair?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Kind of cool.
Um,
Dang.
Questions. Matt. I feel like I answer the same questions every week, but let's do it anyway. And you can think on this one too, Steph. In your travels, what's your favorite place to visit? That's for you. And photograph is for me. Oh, I think I could get it down
It's
to like... Enough for that.
wow. Jeez.
Bhutan, Cuba, Ethiopia,
Anything
Ohana.
Disney. uh I mean, I haven't really traveled that much, but I kind of want to say Vietnam because I do want to go back. Yeah.
Sapa in Vietnam is one of my favorites. Before, well, I don't know if it's always been super touristy, but when I went, maybe it was off season, it wasn't. I've heard it can be just not fun, but the way I did it was really fun. Jason asks, Steph, have you made the Disney grilled cheese recipe they released online for those missing the happiest place on earth?
Okay.
Oh, she's not a
No.
true fan, clearly. She didn't even know about it.
No, and also because when I go to Disney, I'm the one that usually tries to sneak food in because I don't want to pay park prices for the food because it's just so expensive.
Well, if they
So-
shut down now due to lack of revenue, You know that your
It's not my
$75 for
fault.
popcorn could have made all the difference.
It is not my fault.
They're going to
The
end
only
up
thing I would
feeding...
buy at Disney is a turkey leg or the oh my god, the butterbeer.
Things are getting tough. They're going to end up feeding Mickey and Minnie to Pluto and...
I mean, I okay, even when things get tough, I feel like Disney of all like I guess film studios especially, like Disney's gonna be fine. They have built this crazy empire. So
And their cruise ships
they're
are
good.
going to be scuttled. No one's going to ride one of them. Yeah, we'll see. It'll be interesting seeing the line to Space Mountain once everyone has to be 8 feet apart. And so that means like only every fourth carriage on a roller coaster. Maybe fifth once you factor in like vomit spray. Someone asked, what is the little watch in my hand? This is a teeny tiny little Casio quartz that I just got because I think it's cute and it's super thin and stupid. I don't know why I got it, but
Oh yeah, you have your new Instagram account. We should drop that into the comments.
yes,
Right?
I will do that. Unless somebody already has it and they can drop it in. If you're into watches, not this stuff, awesome stuff, then I will find it. Oh, we've got lots of questions coming in. Answer another one. Steph,
Oh
whilst I
yeah.
find this.
Okay, let's see. What is the American fascination with turkeys? Honestly, I have no idea. I think it's just because we have a holiday. I just like the turkey legs at Disney because it's the only thing worth like spending money on. Yeah. Let's see. Steph, when you traveled with Matt to the UK or anywhere else for photography, have you shot any video B-roll for your own work? Yes, actually, that's funny because next month I have finally edited backlog of videos, especially from our trip to London, which was, oh my God, crazy. Like, feels like forever ago.
So that shot I
But
have
finally,
of you high kicking on the Millennium Bridge with your 360 cam, the footage that was being recorded in that cam is finally getting put to use.
yeah. So I edit those. They should be coming out in like a month or two. I don't know. We try to backlog content on our channel so that way we have videos come out every week, you know, just that sort of thing, and timing things out. This month we're just doing a hard push for the Light 'em Up video, short film. But yeah, so I usually do try to film some stuff for my own work, but a lot of times I'm just trying to just live in the moment and just focus on what needs to be done because
I'm
there's a
always
lot of work
cracking the
that
whip
goes.
and
Yeah, because
yelling
like
at her if she's
workshops
not
and
paying
stuff, there's a
attention.
lot of work that goes into it, you know? So gotta make sure it's a successful event and can't just slack off. Yeah. Let's see.
I've got one here and then we'll jump back into pickies.
Okay,
101, what would be your next purchase, a camera or watch? I don't know. I don't have...
Answer wisely.
Why?
Because it's just like, I will call you out if you choose the one over the other.
I'll go eat a turkey leg. I can buy whatever I want. I may change my mind before we finish this. I don't have a need or a camera on my list right now, so it'll probably be a watch, but it'll depend when I can get out of the house to actually have a look at some things and choose something. But I do have my eye on something special that's been announced that's not released for another month or two, so maybe that. I really enjoy... I hate window shopping in shops. I only kind of go to a shop when I need something, like going to a clothing store and spending an hour looking at stuff and leaving with nothing feels like such a waste. But I actually I'm not even like window shopping watches really, but I'm really enjoying reading about them and learning about them and seeing the history and that kind of thing, which does fuel a little bit of purchase lust. Let's pop back into our pickies. This one from Pete Aikens.
I love candids.
Me too. So this, you can see he's about to laugh or in the middle of the verse. it's great that most of the faces we're seeing are really in the moment. The one guy in the trench coat looks like he's there as a detective, not enjoying himself, but that's just the split second it was captured, I'm sure. The guys standing around the piano, the guy on the piano, the couple, all great shots, great expressions on their faces. I would just probably, again, if everyone does this exercise, when you go to take a shot, okay, you're looking at the scene, scan your eye around the edge of the frame to just see, is there anything either intruding on the frame that's distracting, or is there a bunch of space that doesn't add anything to the shot? Sometimes the space is important, but on a shot like this, I don't think seeing the skirting board and half of the plates up the top adds anything to it. So, but we obviously don't, or this little picture frame here, we obviously don't want to crop off the people on the left or too much of this guy, but I do think we could bring it in like that and get rid of those distractions. And for me, that's instantly stronger. Less distractions, more attention on the people. Next, Philip Lloyd. Now this looks like it's kind of got a whitewash or a Instagram type filter on it. All of the blues seem, maybe it's just that it's lacking contrast. If we look at our histogram, it's got no real highlights or real blacks. For me, I think it's the blacks that's making it lack punch. If we bring up our whites, our highlights a little bit. What do you think? Is that better? I think so. So I dig it. I like that, you know, we see the Mexico sign. This one woman right in the front looks like she's having a great time. I don't know. What do you think about this one, Steph? It's a parade. I get it. It's fun. The action of the people doesn't scream, woo! It's just kind of parade. Hello?
Yeah. I don't. It just looks like everybody has like just their hands up on the other side, and then that's kind of it.
What's Spanish for
I don't
potato?
know. I don't know.
Because that's Spanish Mr. Potato, I guess, on the float.
Oh.
Or is it a bean? Maybe it's a bean.
Wow, we just assumed.
What can I do? Lack of information. I got to make some guesses here. I
feel like if the colors were more vibrant, it would be a lot easier to feel the excitement in this celebration.
So let's just put the vibrance to 100. There. Fixed. Saturation. Fixed. Nailed it. I regret that. Sorry about that, Philip. Okay. This one from Richard Wintle. I can't I guess they're actual stars falling to Earth. It almost looks like they're on strings or something. It's
I think it's just confetti.
So nice vantage point. I didn't know Target Snuggle sponsored a Honda Formula 1, Formula 2, Formula 3 car. I think it's a cool shot though. Again, I mean, we've already got a little bit of distortion going on here with a crazy angle lens. But I reckon if it's hard to do because of I don't want to crop off those stars up the top, but having it all in on the crowd feels that much more intense to me. Did your dog just wake up? I hear someone choking.
Yeah, he just woke up and he's coughing and sneezing.
He really needs to stop smoking, dude. That's no good. Poor thing.
I know. He's so cute though. What's up, buddy? Oh my god, I've been watching this other YouTube channel of a Samoyed. So cute.
Well, there's
ridiculously cute.
YouTube or Instagram page?
YouTube. I think it's like Milky Boy. He's a Samoyed from like Korea, and it's like a dog and a cat, and they live with each other, and it's just
Wait, is this an
they're the most
anime?
loving animals ever. I was like,
Okay.
wow, this cat is so nice. The guy gave the cat a bath, and the cat was fine.
They're on sedated. They're sedated somehow, for sure.
I don't know. Okay,
Um,
Lucky. Huh?
let's have a look at some questions whilst he has a little cough. Um,
Okay. Okay.
Stefan Maxwell, Japanese or Swiss movement for watches. I mean, if you had to choose one, other than Grand Seiko, I guess I would still go Swiss. But this is a Casio quartz, and this is a G-Shock. So I don't know that you can call that a movement, but they're both Japanese. Glacier activity. How do you overcome the shyness of pointing a lens at someone? I crossed that bridge a long time ago. I'm no longer shy. So best way to go about it. If you take a photo of someone and they turn and say, "Why'd you take my photo?" You should know she's got headphones as big as her head on, and the ice is broken. Or, people wear zany outfits, know that it's a zany outfit. So if that's the reason you're taking their photo, just be honest about it. There's no need to kind of do the little sneaky shot and then scurry away like you're some kind of criminal.
And if they tell you to delete it, just delete it. It's just yeah. Because remember when we were in where were we? Was it Sedona or something? And then like I was playing around with the Sony and I was taking pictures and this guy was just like, "Hey, did you just take a picture of my dog?" Yes. And I'm like,
That's creepy,
really?
bro.
And I'm like just looking at that. I'm like, okay, I'll delete it.
If it had been a great shot of a dog, I would have
God.
told you to not. But, I mean, yeah, it seems like a bit of
There
an
were so
unhinged...
many people with cameras, and he just called me out. Like, do I look like
That's
an
what you're
asshole?
doing, man.
I was
You
like,
little
well,
dog
damn.
stalker.
I think it was like a pit bull too.
Oh, no.
Chubby little cute thing.
What is the most expensive present you ever bought whilst on a trip? For myself or for someone else? Is it considered a present if it's for me?
Treat yourself.
What do you think, Kate? What's the most expensive gift I've brought home?
Okay, buddy.
I'm sure I've bought some
I'll be right
camera
back.
equipment for myself on a trip. Well, it wasn't that expensive, but on my last trip to Laos, I got this silver belt for Kate that was really fancy and lovely. I don't know. I don't actually keep track of my receipts when it comes to gifts for other people. I just get what I think they would like, whether it was $10 or $100 or $1,000. It's not, yeah, I don't know. I don't keep a tally of that. I know Sicilians will keep a little diary of how much they gave at each wedding so that when their kid gets married, they know how much they need to give the family back. But yeah, I don't keep that kind of track. Okay, let's jump back into our pictures. Image review. Mr. Popper. Robert. So,
Oh, killing it again.
is
See
this
these
an
names?
outdoor wedding and everyone's afraid of the the rain, or is this like debutantes and that's
Sun?
a sun thing? But they all seem to be matching. I wonder if it's a tradition where up front you've got the couple who are, getting married, and there's the cameras and everything in their face of the professionals, but then in the background it's just a sea of cell phones. Here it's a sea of, what do you call the hat thing? Is it a yarmulke? Do you know, Steph? What's the Jewish skull cap thing called?
I don't know. Maybe somebody in the chat will know. Guys?
And then the sea of umbrellas. So, I mean, it's a wedding shot. That's instantly a celebration. I don't really. Oh, there's one guy, the guy in the band back here, who is really loving life. But I don't see. The groom looks a bit nervous. I honestly, not knowing the ceremony, I can't tell if this is a yay, it's all done, let's all party, or if this is a solemn moment or what. I don't really get a sense of that, but it looks to me like a wedding, so that's reason enough to celebrate. Yeah. Kipper. Okay, I guess that's what the little hat is called. Cool. Well, I know you're in the room, Mr. Popper. If you wouldn't mind telling us more of the background of what we're looking at there, that'd be great. Simon Lynch. Now, this is something that's familiar to me and death-defying. As a stunt person, you got to respect this, Steph. You see the guys doing the dragon dance and jumping from pillar to pillar, giving his mate the old boost on the bum to make the jump. It's it looks precarious. Would you want to be in the front or the back of that?
I mean, there's pros and cons, but I mean, do you want to bend over a lot? Because that's kind of like the back part. And when you're in the back, you have to do a lot of lifting. But then when you're in the front, you have to control the eyes and the mouth and like the head. And the head is really heavy too.
Have you done this?
No, I haven't. I just have friends who have done it. Joey's done it.
I like the guys. I feel like they're too small in the frame to really grab all the attention. The statue here, which I don't know what the statue is for, is almost as dominant in the shot as these guys. But I just don't know. Would bringing it down to a smaller frame really concentrate it, or would it abstract it too much? I mean, we still want to see some of the crowd. Let's take that off. To something like that.
Like, I do like the action shot, but there's parts of the I guess the dance, like if they go for the cabbage, that's kind of cool because you could catch like the cabbage flying everywhere, or like
cabbage is a big bundle of cash, by the way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but they use cabbage. But yeah, there's like even the firecrackers, if there were firecrackers that went off too.
So, a couple more shots here, and putting you on the spot, Steph, you are going to have to choose a favorite of what's a good photo, not just what was taken at Disneyland. Now, this one from Tom Kim, a sense of yell. I guess he looks happy rather than angry, but I don't get really a vibe of celebration. I guess if you're a real sports person, maybe there's more to this than I'm recognizing. But yeah, what do you think, Steph? He looks ready for battle.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I don't really get a sense of celebration. It would be really cool if there was just like more to it. If like, I guess his teammates were in the back, like we could see them cheering, or like other things going on within the frame. But besides that, I think it's a good, like, I guess, sports shot.
Yeah, I do think it's another great sports shot. And I guess this was taken as part of you shooting a full match. Looking at your settings, you had it at a really high shutter speed, probably for when there's actual action going on, which has pushed the ISO up. It doesn't look like the image is degraded or anything though, but so I'm guessing this was maybe after he had a touchdown or something and then was running towards you and you just stayed on it as he got really close. And apparently I can say your name is Wayno, so thank you for your entry, Wayno. And Steph is Gono. Oh, and Puppy's here.
Oh, it's just because Lucky wanted attention and
hello,
whatnot.
So, yes, I'll bring you full screen in a second so people can see all of the Puppy. So this does look like they've just won the game. The screening, especially the two faces back and right, give the sense that, of celebration and jazz hands, which is very important. Again, we're kind of missing any highlights on this kind of a shot, and the white balance is maybe a little off, but where is my mouse? Damn fat fingers. Here we go. But yeah, nice one. And this is why people, and same story as before, shot at 1,000th of a second to get the action, which has now subsided. But here it's more clear to me that they're celebrating than the last football one. And Tyson is walking around. Someone saying any chance of seeing Tyson, but I'm not willing to risk getting scratched today. I may get Loki in once we finish looking at the pictures. And this one from William Celebration, and it's kind of spelt like celibate, so looks like that may be about to pass. So that's cute. The only thing that drags me away from it, the woman over the woman's shoulder is great. The boy over the man's shoulder looks a bit not so celebratory.
He looks so upset.
But yeah, I like the shot. It's a cute moment. I think this would fall into joy or happiness or love. If it's just got a yes to a proposal or something like that, then that's, would fall within celebration. I don't see that there, but what young love is enough to celebrate anyway.
And it's not forced. It looks like they just did it. More candid.
And if you can hear the cars honking horns and stuff here and they're cheering, do you want to open it? It's 7 p.m. here in New York. Can you hear that? That's everyone cheering the frontline workers. I hope they also cheer when the frontline workers ask to have their minimum wage increased to something livable, because the cheering might be nice, but not if you're working shift work and trying to sleep right now. So thank you all for your entries. We had it set as the prize was going to be a copy of the Natural Light Masterclass. I'm going to take a look through our shots now, Steph, and celebration, not just cool photo, not just Disneyland.
Okay. This is so hard.
If it were a sport theme, I feel like there's also some really strong contenders as well.
I know.
I think I will... Yeah, I think I know which one I'll choose. I'm going to give two just honorable mentions. I think you've both won prizes in the past, so no need for prizes this time. But honorable mentions to Gary Martin and to... Can I do this? Here we go. And to Jess and Joe. And I've chosen my winner. Have you got a winner in mind, Steph?
Oh my god, this is so hard.
Well, I'm not going to announce mine. I've chosen it, though, until you've chosen yours. You can have a little think. That's fine. I'll take a look at some questions whilst you're deciding. Just breathe. It's breathe. Robert said that shot, Jewish wedding, super hot day. The umbrellas are for the women just because it was so hot, and it was seconds before the groom smashes the glass to seal the wedding. Now, that's a shot I would love to see if there's a way to get the glass smashing right in. You haven't, have you?
Okay. Richard Winslow, the one with the car and the... I just like the angle of that shot. I don't know where you shot it from, but that's a really good advantage point to get all that action. I like it. He's lazy. He doesn't care.
Excellent choice. Hi, darling. So we'll have two prizes, Mr. Wintle, and I also really like Jonathan's of the folks. Woohoo! Hey, you're not sticking around. Got it. Okay. So let's not jump and smash all of the lenses or hit the second monitor. How about that? I'll just put you out to everyone else and to them as well. Get your macro theme shots in. You've got a week to get them in, and we'll look at them next Friday. So in the meantime, let's take a couple more questions. Lucky's way more well behaved than Loki.
Oh, he's just lazy.
Did we have any other questions that I've missed? I feel like I've answered most that I've seen or had sent through to me as well.
Just give it a minute.
Aloha from
It's usually what
Hawaii.
happens. Hawaii.
What TikTok dancing, because it was quite important to be seen.
You should just show everybody now.
I could play the video, but I don't perform
Oh, like
live
do it.
unless there's cash involved. So,
Oh, never mind.
so that's that.
Hi, buddy. Okay.
So those saying about would this be acceptable, would that be acceptable for macro? I'm looking for macro shots. So I'm not going to be getting out my tape measure and ruling is it a real 1-to-1, but there's a difference between a close-up and a macro. So
And if
we're
you
going
want to
for
win,
macro shots.
maybe not submit bugs.
Or maybe I'll just judge the winner.
Yeah, okay, that'll be fine.
Do you prefer doing
God.
portraits in studio or on location? From Ben Daly. I would say on location. What about you, Stefan?
It depends on, I guess, what the theme or the concept is. But I actually prefer portraits, like in studio, I think. Yeah.
Okay. No wonder we fight so much. Questions. I think that may be about it. I'm going to make some delicious pasta for dinner. Very exciting. And then
I'm gonna probably feed this one, right?
What?
It's so
And now that it's so warm, I think I will get out and enjoy the last bit of setting sun after dinner, if the people are all gone.
If the people are all gone.
Yeah,
Big-ish.
because we're right by the water. When it's nice weather, it just gets swamped, and we try not to go out at that time. Especially, I have to say, today it's disappointing. I'm just like this cranky old man in my house looking out the window at these kids out there. They're not kids; it's all
These
ages.
doggone kids. What
But
are they
it
doing out
really
here?
does look like the percentage of people wearing masks today is way down. Like from normally maybe 80+% wearing to today maybe 50, anecdotally out the window. If anyone else has a question, please send it in. If you have a shot to enter for next week, go to the macro page. Sorry, the macro page, my goodness, the live page. Submit your shot there. I will have a video talking macro lenses coming to YouTube next week, as well as, that's what I wanted to ask, as well as an interview that I did with Sean Tucker. Is there anyone that you would like me to get in to do an interview with? They don't have to be a photographer, but I would prefer it be a creative of some kind. You guys recommended Sean, and he was great to chat with. So if you have other suggestions, please let me know. I had a couple lined up that kind of fell through, but if you have suggestions, let me know here. Let me know as a comment on the video permanently. Send it in via the website. It would be great to know.
Maybe a chef? Ooh.
David Chang lives, I think, in the building that we used to live in Manhattan, but not that means I can get him on the show. I do have some chefy friends, maybe. I have a few friends who are chef / into photography / both hobby though. Looks like that might be
any
about
questions,
it.
guys? Yeah, it seems like it.
J. Christina could be a good choice. Thanks for the suggestion. All right. Well, if you haven't already, please do check out the last video I put up. It was a really fun one about what camera to buy, and with I think some cool shooting and some really beautiful shots coming out of the old 300mm f2.8 that I was shooting with. Yeah. Leave your suggestions for interview people below. Thank you so much for coming on, Steph. Hope I'll see you face to face one day this year.
Hopefully.
Thank you to everyone who tuned in. Thank you to everyone who submitted. Get your macro shots in over at the website, and we'll see you on Monday for a Q&A session. Ciao.
Cool. Bye, guys.
Bye. And check out Steph's tutorial on pew pew pewing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, check out the new tutorial series.
All right. Later, guys.
Bye.